I want to talk to you about mindfulness. Mindfulness practice can lower anxiety, improve your sleep, and increase your focus for enhanced productivity. I'm going to tell you how you can practice mindfulness every day to sharpen and expand your mindset so that you can have more energy and feel good in your life. So, mindfulness is when you are attending, meaning tending to sensation. Sensations create your experience in the world. Our brains, our nervous systems are constantly filtering out sensations to create our understanding of what's happening right now. So I have my visual sense, my auditory sense, I have my olfactory, my smell, I have my taste, I have my touch, and I could even feel my kinesthetic sense, my moving sense. My brain is picking up all of those sensations at once, filtering through them, and then I understand where I am, who I am, how I am, all of these things at once. And that creates my experience. But mindfulness helps us to really focus within the experience. Sometimes we're in our experience, but our minds are somewhere else. We're focused on the 30 emails we have to get through in the next hour. We're thinking about a conversation we had last night that maybe we said something we regret. Our minds are somewhere else, even though our bodies are right here. When that happens time and time again, we can lose track of the things that are important, start to feel less joy in our everyday lives, and our brain becomes wired in the past and in regret. And it's not so much picking up the beauty that actually surrounds you every day. So, mindfulness starts with making the choice to tend to the thing in your actual experience. You can do mindfulness practice all the time if you wanted to, or you could cultivate dedicated times to practice mindfulness to train your mind to opening up into possibility and noticing sensations of your experience. So, let's start with taste. Taste is the easiest of the senses to practice mindfulness, in my opinion, because we eat at least 3 times a day for 3 meals. Sometimes we have snacks. You could do this with your coffee. But we tend to be really mindless when we're eating. We're just kind of throwing it down. Maybe we're doing emails or watching a show or talking to somebody or just doing other things while we eat. Mindfulness is a great moment for you in your eating to slow down, be present with your food, which will actually improve your digestion overall because your heart rate will stay low because it's centered and grounded and connected to the thing that you're doing, as opposed to being elevated in a state of anxiety because you're trying to get through the emails or whatnot. So I have a raisin. And when you're practicing mindfulness with taste, your eyes can absolutely be a part of it. You can start by looking at the food. So look at the food on your plate. I'm just using a raisin because it's easy and right here. So I can really notice that there's different colors actually in a raisin. There's different gradations of that color. I can see how the light hits the wrinkles on the raisin and start to feel a sense of wonder and appreciation for it. That this used to be a grape and it was plumper. So then I'm going to include my sense of touch. So I'm going to put it in my mouth and I'm going to feel it in my mouth. And it's kind of squishy, but hard. And of course, as it sits on my tongue, I taste it. I'm not chewing it yet, but I can actually feel that it's starting to get plumper as it meets the saliva in my mouth. And then I'm going to take a bite. So good. My goodness. Sticks to my teeth a little bit, but I can just move it off with my tongue. And man, it really is so sweet. It's so delicious. It's like candy. It's so good. And that's just one raisin. And I can just continue to chew it. Maybe notice how many chews does it take to chew up a raisin. And then swallow it down. Feel that movement sense of that raisin going down my esophagus. Maybe I heard myself chewing, heard the raisin moving around in my mouth. So, in some way, all of the senses were included. If this were a hot meal, I'd certainly smell it as well. It's been shown that people who are on a weight loss program do better when they eat with mindfulness because they notice their food and how beautiful it is and how good it tastes. And when you're slowing down to eat, you don't need to eat as much. So give yourself the time to be mindful with your food, to taste it fully, to see its beautiful colors, and be present in that moment. So I'll do one more example of mindfulness and how you can use this as a cultivated practice. I'm going to focus on touch and sound. So this is just a simple craft that my daughter made, just a little chain paper link thing. So as I gently move it in my hands, I can hear it. And it's amazing how many memories come up with this sound. It almost sounds like walking barefoot on pine needles when I was a kid. And then when I do that, when I imagine the pine needles, I can almost smell the pine. And here I am just touching a paper chain link. So I can hear the quality of sound. And then I'm touching it. It's very smooth for paper. It's got little different texture masking tape. It's very lightweight. And if I wanted to make my movement sense part of it, I can maybe toss it back and forth and feel how my arms are raising up. And it becomes a whole experience, and I can be grounded and centered in the moment. So I'll put that down. When you cultivate mindfulness through your sound, you will become more adept at listening. Listening is a very important part of communication. You'll be able to notice vocal inflections or vocal dynamics that maybe you wouldn't have noticed if you were just thinking about what you think they're saying and what you are wanting to say as soon as they're done, which isn't really listening, it's planning. When you are mindful of touch, your world will open up. There are so many beautiful textures in the world, and you can create a sense of wonder and gratitude for all the things that are around you every day. So these are just two small examples of how mindfulness can hit the pause button in your life so that you can become grounded and centered in your experience and lower your blood pressure, lower inflammation levels in your body, and start to just relax and find contentment with what's around you. Find contentment with the foods that you eat. Find contentment with the people you hold conversations with, because you're able to enjoy the musicality of the speaking voice, which really is very beautiful. So let me know how this helps you. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment below on how this resonates with you, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for mindfully attending to this video, and I can't wait to see you next time.